Hi everybody, this is me, S.N. Comte. Some of you may know me as Sarah because in typical Comte, that's what I call me. And that's what Chef Comte calls me as well. Today I had
Kelsey Holman
and
Mallory Holman.
These are my sisters. Do they look like me? We're all blonde. We decided to sit shortest hair to longest hair.
I can't. So I have to show off my hair like you.
My hair is covered partly by the table.
So in last month / beginning of November, because I didn't do the video until November, I started what I was going to call a series. Okay, I just completely botched that sentence. I was starting a video series, and I was going to call it What's Up, Sarah? I didn't like it. So I had these guys brainstorm with me a little bit, and it's now called Absolutely Random because I'm just random. In fact, one of the things that Scott said that he likes most about me is how incredibly random I am. You probably don't get a ton of that with these videos because these videos aren't like everyday life, right? Because when you get in front of a camera, it's not. When you're in front of a camera, you get it. Okay, so this is a very random episode of Absolutely Random because I don't know what we're doing here. I was just like, let's have my sisters come on and be on this show. So I'm just going to ask them questions and we'll see what they say. Ready?
Okay.
Let's go.
Ready.
Question number 1.
Oh, that's right. I asked. So I've been thinking a ton about like what inspires me, what motivates me, what makes me happy. As a lot of you know, that one video I put out a few months ago about why I'm getting back into my blog and writing a lot more, I really was talking about how I want to make sure that my mind, my body, and my spirit are healthy. So I'm focusing a lot on that. So I'm going to ask both of you, what makes you happy? And it can be multiple things. Multiple things can make you happy. Just they're thinking. Thinking is good. Unfortunately, we don't have the right music for thinking.
I was thinking because with my job, I help other people pursue their dreams at the career they want. So that makes me happy. I like helping other people. The only thing that really makes me happy is being around people I love and care about. So like friends and family and people I can just become comfortable with.
Sarah disappears.
I got the puppy. I like that. I really like that. I think that's important because our jobs take up a lot of our day to day. And to find something that you love, you're going to do for a long time, I like that. That's good. Okay.
I really like helping people too. At my job, that's what AP does. We're all about helping because the managers always need something. The accountants need something.
He's so snuggly.
We're just
having his head against his sweater.
I'm happy when I hear a manager say that I actually helped them and we got it done. Like so
helping people makes you happy.
See,
that's good. I like that. So what makes you feel good mentally? Like, tell me something like, what do you do to help yourself feel good mentally?
I have to talk to people. So at work, if maybe I am having a hard day, I go up and find my coworkers that I feel like I can talk to, and just talking things out, I think, helps me more mentally, like to work out, be happy. Because if I used to hold everything in, and that made me very, very unhappy.
Yeah, that's not. Don't hold things in.
So letting it out.
Tip number 1.
I end up when I'm having a frustrated day, I turn on music.
Yeah.
It's just, and it just depends on the day. So like sometimes it may not be like the happiest music, but yet it helps bring me out of my mood. Okay. And sometimes it's like the happiest music in the world. I mean, at work we have like a inspiring music Friday.
Oh, that's cool.
That's
really cool.
During our first call when we're meeting together as all of accounting. You could somebody will share one song, and then another person can share a song, and then
I like that.
And what makes me happy.
This is just random. One of my, oh my goodness, that stinks, Obi. Talk about random.
That is that.
Now I know who's been letting the stinkers in the living room.
It's the dog.
So one of the things that in one of my previous jobs, I worked with this awesome person, and she was actually my boss, which made it even better. We would have dance-off Fridays.
Oh, wow.
We'd usually just go over to the call center and dance in front of everybody. They joined in sometimes, but we would just like go over and we'd dance to like the Thriller or something. 9 o'clock Friday morning, time for a dance-off.
Wow.
That was fun.
That actually sounds like
One
fun.
time we also had a sword fight.
A what fight?
We had a sword fight. We went to TaylorMade, bought swords, and then we had a sword fight.
We did that once. But we didn't buy them from TaylorMade, but we bought swords once and had a sword fight, all three of us.
Well, Sarah and I had a sword. No, that was
sword.
You guys broke a plastic sword.
Yeah, I thought it was just me and you.
It was just you two.
Yeah, it was just me and you.
Backyard sword fight. It may have been a little too intense.
We couldn't even find the piece that you broke off.
It was too intense. All right, so what makes you feel good physically? What do you do to help yourself feel good physically?
Well, right now, I haven't been very good at it, but I am starting. I've been exercising for the last 2 weeks.
That's good. That's really good.
Yeah, that's what I've been doing.
I really need to get back into that because I felt pretty good when I did that as well.
It's interesting how that
stretching helps. Like sometimes I'll just do some stretches before bed, just because it helps my body feel like not so stiff and.
How about the food you eat? That's a huge one for me. Like when I eat like really heavy foods, I just feel gross.
I have to be really careful what I eat in the mornings. I noticed I was eating a lot more carbs in the morning, but I would crash at a certain time. Like I would get to work and I would already crash. But I noticed like having an apple with peanut butter or having
donuts in the morning is probably not a good idea.
Yeah, that's not a good idea. So like with the smoothie and the apple and things like that, like really help me.
I'm still trying to get to a point of what I eat in the morning because I don't. Breakfast. Sometimes I actually can. Sometimes I eat breakfast. Yeah, but it doesn't happen very often.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, there's still quite a few times that I don't eat breakfast though, because I just get to work and I'm so busy, but I can't eat before a certain time.
See, otherwise it makes me take my breakfast to work.
Yeah, and sometimes I've taken like the smoothies and they end up sitting there until lunchtime because I'm doing the check run.
So, okay, what makes you feel good spiritually?
My scriptures, prayers,
the primary answers.
Pretty much primary answers.
For those who don't know what primary answers are,
going to church.
So in our church, primary is where the kids go to learn more about the gospel, and we always call specific answers primary answers because they're the ones. I don't know. It's just like when you ask kids stuff, it's usually a lot more simple, and it's usually like, what should you do? Read your scriptures, pray. And so it's just referred to as primary answers. Those are the basics, the things that you should do to help you continue to learn more about the gospel and become closer to Heavenly Father. What makes you feel good emotionally? How do you help yourself feel good emotionally?
That one's a little bit harder.
I have a lot of emotions.
We all have a lot of emotions. This house is full of girls.
Except for the boy dog and
Dad.
Our dad. because Chef Comte's off. That's why I'm here. I don't usually live here, but right now I do. So while Chef Comte's off doing something, I'm here with the girls and the dogs and Dad. Poor Dad.
No, I think he got used to it.
But there's a lot of girls.
He got used to it after the boys got married.
A lot of emotions.
I feel like I just have a lot of emotions as a person. Anyways,
Yeah, people do.
Yeah.
And some people just hide it really well.
And I feel like I don't as much. I just remember everyone thinking I was this really, really happy person because I hid it all the time.
And you're like, stop it.
And so people would be like, I didn't realize that you weren't feeling good. I didn't realize you had problems. And I was like, yeah, I kind of just hid it all.
That's so interesting because in today's world of social media, I mean, people talk about this a lot, so this is not going to be new to anybody, but I still think it's interesting to point out. People always present their best selves on social media, right? So they when they post something about their family or their work or their cool vacation, it's usually like the good side of what just happened. It's not the big disaster that happened behind the scenes. In fact, I saw a thing on Instagram today that was like, we cropped this picture out, here's what it looked like before, and like over to one side was a huge mess, but like when they had cropped it, it looked like this beautiful couples photo.
Right.
But that's what we do a lot with just our lives in general. We're always putting on a show, and we've kind of been taught, I think, since we were kids to do that, to put on this show, because we always have to be okay. And that was something I learned even at my last job, and I think that's part of what brought all that anxiety, because it was like, I as a person did not matter anymore. It was, you just have to get this stuff done, and I don't know, it was not good. So, and I had to hide my emotions. I always had to be happy. I always had to be like this, we can do it kind of
so
person.
Funny because at my job, I haven't had like a ton of things. Like I get stressed, but the times, like the first time I got stressed, like I cry when I'm frustrated. And I went to the director and I just had a breakdown, and she was like, it's fine, like it can be fixed. And I was like, I know, but like I'm frustrated. But since then, like, it's funny because she always checks in on me, like, are you okay?
That's awesome.
Don't pretend you're okay. Like, I want to make sure everything's good.
I like that.
My supervisor does the same. She wants to know if something's wrong. She wants to know.
That's awesome. That's good. I think that's really good.
I think it's all about the environment. Like my work, my supervisor, she wants the team to feel like a family. And so therefore she's going to take care of everyone like a family and make sure that you're okay.
See, that's what we actually, when I give the tours, that's what I teach students. So we have the students make a collage when they're about to graduate that shows who they are, because everyone's beautiful in their own way. And then
You're beautiful.
then we took some of them and we put them on just like a board, and then we decorated it somehow. We have them all around the school, and it's to show that everyone's beautiful and different in their own way, but together you create a masterpiece. So you need to work together as a team. Like that's the only way you can get through life, is if you work with other people. So that's how we teach the students, so we know we have to do the same thing.
That's cool.
So like we have meetings with like our group of people that are working. So like we have like our admissions team, and then we have like the educators have a team, but then we all come together once or twice a week because we're a team as well.
I like that. That's really cool. Any extra thoughts to add on to being emotionally healthy?
Sometimes I just have to take a step back into my own space for a minute to figure out my emotions.
I like that.
Because if I can sort through my emotions, sometimes I can get myself on a good level where I can handle things
I like that.
and overcome what I'm feeling. So sometimes it's just a step back.
Yeah, I think that's so important, because have you ever noticed there's two different ways that you can react to a situation? Let's say something crazy happens at work. There's a person behind it. They said or they did something and it really bugs you. You can do one of two things. You can do a lot of different things. But these are the two situations that I'm thinking of. You can confront them right away, And with that, there's a huge possibility that you have so much pent-up emotion that you don't communicate yourself very clearly, that you come across really angry, you don't listen to their side, there's no like really good conversation to help rectify the situation. Or you can hold off, wait a second, and then come back to it. And that during that time where you're waiting for it, it allows you time to cool off, to think through it, and to really get your mind in a good place to then confront the person and have a good conversation that will lead to happiness.
Yep.
All right, well, thank you both. Do you have any random questions for me? Anything. It can be about what we talked about. It can be...
Well, you kind of shared your thoughts at the same time.
What do you do to help you relax after a hard day?
See, this is interesting. This is a really interesting question because this is something that Chef Comte, anyway. I don't know what I was trying to do. I was trying to make it even more awkward, but I think I just confused myself in the process.
Looks like it.
So, that's been something really hard for me to do because when I was going through that really bad anxiety at my last job, I didn't do it correctly. I was trying so hard to hide from everything that just happened and just bury it down super deep because I just didn't want to confront it. It was like, that was work, I'm home. I think not confronting it is bad because then it rises to the surface later. I had a really hard time finding something to help myself relax. For Scott, it's always been video games. Like, he had a crazy day. He just needs to sit down and play the computer or Xbox or something for a little bit. And I had a hard time finding that. I feel like I've done a little bit better in the last year. I've tried some different things. I started coloring a lot more. I feel like getting my creative, even though it's not like fancy art, it was still creative to me, picking out colors and staying within the lines and stuff. I couldn't write, so I couldn't be creative because I was full of anxiety. It was really hard for me to think through everything and be creative that way. I couldn't read either. That's the crazy part. I just could not get myself to relax enough to enjoy reading. But I could watch. I like a good story. Like, so I could, even though I couldn't read to get my mind to relax enough to that, I could at least relax while watching a really good movie or TV show. I'm a nerd. I get into stuff, and then Scott and I have the craziest conversations about it. Today at dinner, I kept going on about how the cannibals ate Bob's leg in The Walking Dead. I mean, I watched that a couple years ago, and it still bothers me. Still bothers me. Poor Bob. Marvel. I love anything Marvel. Star Wars. I got really big into watching Revenge. Going for walks with my puppy. Those kind of things help me relax. Being with Scott. I love Scott.
I
miss
hope
him a
so.
lot, but he helped me relax because he and I click so well. He is my best friend. He just knows how to help me laugh something off and confront my emotions. He knows how to do that. That's a good thing. Anything else? Favorite cookie?
Chocolate chip cookie, just like you.
I don't know. I like 3 different kinds really a lot.
You have to pick one. I'm just kidding.
Because I like pumpkin chocolate chip cookies.
Those are good.
I like
Those are
regular
good.
chocolate chip
Yeah.
cookies, and I love my peanut butter cookies too.
But if you could only have one on a desert island, which one would you choose?
I don't know.
You can only have one.
I don't know.
Or you'll die.
Going to starve because there's
You
nothing
might
there
just
but
have to
cookies.
starve.
I would rather choose a cookie than starve.
I don't know. I don't know which one's my favorite.
Well,
I haven't had some of them. I
luckily,
haven't had
we're
since
not
last
going to
year.
throw you on a desert island and
Or
make
are
you eat
we?
cookies.
Thank goodness. Might cry if I
Anyway, thanks for joining us on Absolutely Random, because this has truly been
was. Absolutely random.